is the runner-up in the junior boys. Federer to serve. First point goes to the Swiss. We talked about their hard court success this year. Federer's 41-2. Andy Roddick had the fourth best record, 32-7, despite not having his best year overall on tour. And Federer quickly to 30 love.
That's where Andy's going to be struggling today. If he can't find Federer's backhand early in a rally, he's going to keep backing up and giving more and more ground to that Federer forehand. Eventually, Federer's going to find his way to the net with an easy volley.
And an ace. Rolls out to a 40-love lead here in the opening game. For the match today, Roger had a visit from another famous #1 in his sport. Andy looked like he thought that was an ace. Tiger Woods came to watch the championship match. Spent more than a half an hour. They've never met before. Backhand in the net. They both talk about what big fans they are of each other. Federer says that of Woods and Woods of Federer, and today they had a chance to meet for the first time.
Federer. It's a really tough matchup for Andy from the baseline. He's going to have to rely on Federer missing and creating a lot of unforced errors. And as soon as they are both back, Federer just has so many weapons that he can hurt Andy with. Andy doesn't really have the pace to worry Federer too much.
Long from Roddick, and the hold for Federer. With 1-love here in the first set. Just the 3. Championship final. Play continuous after the first game, and just change ends. Electronic line calling in effect again here in the championship, as it has been throughout the U.S. Open on the Arthur Ashe and Louis Armstrong courts, 2 largest arenas here at the National Tennis Center. Each player can challenge twice in a set. If they're correct, they can continue to challenge. If they're wrong, they lose one of those 2 that they are allowed to be wrong in. Andy Roddick's first service game.
When you're a heavy underdog in a match, like Andy would be in this match because of their head-to-head record, it's huge to get on the board early in a match and to play a good, solid first 2 or 3 games on your serve. It just does so much for your confidence. If he comes out and gives up an early break, he could be thinking about that for
several more games.
Yeah, for several more games. Exactly.
Roger Federer was probably the first player to solve the big first serve of Roddick on the grass at Wimbledon. Other players now are able to return against Roddick more effectively than in past years. Net cord, no problem for Roddick. Slice and come in there. A long rally, and you said, Taylor Dent, that doesn't favor Andy.
I don't think what we're seeing right now is a winning game plan for Roddick. He's going to have to either step up and hit the ball bigger, take some chances and come to the net, or change it up in some other way. For him just to rally with Federer is going to give Federer too much of a groove from the baseline.
You sense a little bit of nerves here in in Roddick at the outset, which is certainly to be expected, even among the great players. It's not that kind of cocky confidence that we're used to seeing from him, and not to say we won't see that before the match is too long. Loose forehand long, and 3 break points for Federer in game 2.
Thank you.
Big service there. One break point save with a big serve. See if that loosens him up a little. Break for Federer. The patented forehand down the line. A 2-love lead in the opening set.
I know you see Andy just rolling this ball across court, and Federer's got way too good of a forehand to let Roddick get away with that.
So now the fans here in New York in support of Roddick, perhaps concerned that the tone has been set. He's got to turn that around. They will quickly be behind him if he can. Long from Federer. At 15. All. What we've seen in Roddick's matches during the tournament, depending on who's serving to him, he's been camped a couple of feet behind the baseline, sometimes a little closer than where he is here for Federer. But then, as soon as he can, he's been getting up to the baseline and trying to give himself opportunities to move in. And that, as Taylor Dent indicated, is what he's going to have to do to see how well he can accomplish it against Federer. That's another matter.
Like we saw these couple points that Roddick's won, he's really relying on the Federer unforced error. And against a lot of players, that's fine. You can rely on them missing because they're going to go through a bad game every so often, but it's really tough to do against Federer to get away with that.
30 all. Two aces from Federer. Roddick still looking for his first, but he did have a big service winner. Federer just got the frame of his racket on last game. Slice, throwing the slice back into the net.
This is what we've been talking about throughout the week. Just a few more errors from Federer than we're used to seeing. Maybe that's Andy's strategy, just to see if Federer's going to give him some games out there.
Wiped out pretty quickly. Forehand, caught Roddick flat-footed, leaning back to the center. Tiger Woods is ensconced in the box with Mirka Vavrinic, who is longtime girlfriend of Roger. Thinks that's quite a tribute. Tiger Woods wanting to come to watch the U.S. Open final and watch him play. They both talk about each other in the media and how much respect they have for each other. Another big forehand from Roger, so he wipes off one break point and goes up 3-love here in the opening set. Andy Roddick down love 3 in the opening set. First up out of the chair as usual, and can maybe walk off a few nerves. Time has not been called yet, so Federer is using the full amount of time. Andy wanders over towards the box where Jimmy Connors and John Roddick, his coaching staff, is seated with other family and friends. And a beautiful shot coming way above Arthur Ashe Stadium, a sellout crowd to watch this men's championship final at the U.S. Open 2006.
And he's really going to need some first serves this game. Otherwise he's going to find himself in trouble, like the first game he served.
Federer missing down the line, got around on that forehand.
I don't know if Andy wants to keep giving Federer these opportunities to end the points like that.
No, because really, I mean, you know, 2 inches, he had it. Roddick was nowhere near it. That's a good serve from Roddick. Pretty love. Started to come forward. He was a little late starting, but I think that had him beat anyway, didn't you?
That had him beat. With the pace he hit that approach shot with, it wasn't very confident. He was just kind of hoping for, again, another Federer miss. But you see Federer just gets over there in plenty of time, and really could have done anything with that passing shot.
And Roddick forced into the short shot. Makes his error. 30-all. God wanting something positive from Roddick, who still looks to me nervous and tight. Routine.
Making it look easy out there. Roddick trying to mix it up. It's the first time we've actually seen him try and force his shot and come in.
Thank you.
Like he's playing, like you said, with much confidence. Not really hitting through the ball and getting the ball through the court that well.
When that big first serve isn't happening, in addition to his other troubles and the fact he's facing Federer, that's a tough beating for Andy Roddick. Wide, just crushed that volley back. Just too much pace for Roddick. 4-love, Federer, 2 breaks.
Federer's speed is amazing. Kept him alive in that point and ended up getting a retrieving from Andy there. And again, I think that's just nerves. He doesn't miss that on a normal situation, normal day.
Wide serve from Federer. Already in 4 games on offense and defense, meaning when he serves and when he's returning, he's already exhibited about 12 different shots from his repertoire. Roddick looked up to see whether he should challenge that. Asking the box. human error there by Federer on the backhand. 15 all.
Wish we could put a little microphone down in Jimmy Connor's box and hear what he's saying, because you can bet he's yelling something out at Roddick down there.
I think it might be might have to be censored. 30-15. Game point for 5-love. This is Federer's 6th successive Grand Slam tournament final here at the US Open. The last time he didn't make the final was in the 2005 French Open at Roland Garros, going out to Nadal in the semifinals. His ace, just to add measure to it, a punctuation point, 5-love in the first. Well, throughout this tournament, he's shown kind of the old, almost arrogance out there on the court, and certainly a cocky self-confidence, let's put it that way. But that's been missing here. It was missing right from the get-go, and as the set has progressed, where he hasn't won a game, you know, there's none of that sense of, you know, hey, I'm the man, and I'm in my house here at the US Open. So we'll see if he can turn it around. That service winner will help. Should help. Huge right at the bottom. 2 good ones in a row for Roddick. And see, that gets the crowd into it. That gives him a lift. The set may be gone, but it may help him in the remainder of the match.
I think that was a frustration shot right there from Roddick. He just wants to let Roger know that he's not going away.
So 3 big serves in a row. It's almost, I'm just going to let these fly, hope they land in, just make sure they look like big Roddick serves. That one comes back. And Federer content to just take a swing at that. So he gets on the board, no bagels in set 1. First service hold, and Roger Federer will serve for the first set. Volley long. 15.
Thank you.
Mistake on that one. Just a little bit easier situation on that forehand volley. Those high backhand volleys are tough. Roddick had the court pretty much covered. And it's a little awkward for Federer, but making no mistake on that one.
None at all. You can see how quickly he gets into a short ball. Just kind of drifts in and shows up there. Terrific footwork. 15 all. Federer has Roddick forced back behind the baseline. And that's that one long. And look here for Roddick, his first of the match. Had 1 break point. Third game of the set. Volley long, and that's the first words out of the mouth of Roddick. So Leighton Hewitt, come on. 2 break points.
Even if Andy loses this game, it was huge for him for the next set that he showed that he can actually get into the Federer serve, and maybe he might break it still. But this is going to set him up well for the next set.
Well, he's got a little life in his legs. His whole demeanor has changed with this opportunity. Hit from Federer on the backhand, and the break for Roddick gets him to 5-2 in the first. So the U.S. Open crowd comes alive for their American favorite. They're still down 5-2. Serve and volley. Big return from Federer.
Always amazing. We haven't seen these two play in a while now, but it always amazes me how easy Federer can return the Roddick serve.
Yes, and he's been doing it for several years. I mean, obviously, if you've got the placement and the speed right, you're going to get it past anybody. If he can get his racket on it, he has shown a lot of lack of respect for the power of Andy Roddick. 15-all.
Roddick's going to get his aces. He's going to get his unreturnables, but he gets far less against Federer than any other player on tour.
Well placed by Roddick. Backhand miss.
Much more aggressive play these last few games we've seen from Roddick. In those first 4 or 5 games, we saw he was really just patty caking the ball and let Federer have his way.
Oh, yeah. That's just a fairly typical routine Federer shot.
Yep. The return set everything up. There's amazing return. And Andy has no play once Federer has a short ball on the forehand side.
30-all. Ball is out. Just missing on the lob. 40-30 Roddick. Game point for 5-3. I wonder how Roddy feels. Andy Roddick feels about Tiger Woods, his fellow American, being in the Federer box. Long. The deuce. Should be duly noted that they share the same agents. It's both represented by IMG, Tiger Woods and Roger Federer.
Both Nike players.
Both Nikes, yeah. So they have lots of business connections, but Tiger would probably take a little bit of heat for this.
Thank you.
Roddick's got some great momentum going into this at the end of the set here. The last thing he wants to do is drop serve, and it'll just crush all the momentum in these games. Even if he can hold here and Federer holds, he still played a great end of the first set.
Too good dipping shot, making the difficult volley up. Break point Federer. Kind of a point in this situation that Federer likes to make a bit of a statement. Let's see if Andy can prevent him from doing so. You have a second serve to do it with. But it's an error by Roddick that really creates it. Federer has a set in hand at 6-2 with a break.
Just for television purposes. And the fact that Roddick's getting back there is upsetting the umpire, to say the least.
Carlos Bernardes from Brazil is the umpire. It's going to go over. Nope. Bounce back on the Federer side. Love 15. Opening game, second set. Good play by Roddick, forced the issue. Was able to come up with a volley. And then the forcing shot.
Roddick's able to expose that Federer backhand a little bit more lately in this match.
An opportunity here for Roddick, love 30. Roddick wants to challenge that. Definitely close. First challenge. And he was right on top of it. One would think that he's called this correctly, and he has.
A backhand error from Federer is bringing up 3 break points.
Pass from Roddick, and that gets him pumped, along with 23,000 here at Arthur Ashe Stadium, breaking to open the second set.
We've seen a lot of breaks already in this match from 2 of the best servers in the business.
3 by Federer in the first, 1 by Roddick in that set. And then this one here, key to his chances in the match.
A little bit discouraging for Roddick there. He served 65%, which is a high percentage of first serves, and got broken 3 times. So he's going to have to win some other way.
Well done, coming in aggressively again. Took him a while to get back to this, the way he's been playing in the tournament. Now he's got some confidence with that break in hand in this set.
It was a great play by Roddick. Just Federer is so fast that if you don't hit that backhand volley with a lot of stick on it, he's going to get over there. Especially on that forehand side, he's going to make you pay.
15 all. Got it.
Almost the exact same thing that happened last time. Just didn't get enough on that forehand volley to really worry Federer. He set up the point great here, had a volley right to him.
See that again, Taylor? That's not a Taylor Dent volley or a you know, Stefan Edberg volley. I mean,
I wouldn't have been happy with the result on that forehand volley.
But it's not his strength to do that. It's great to come in and make some forcing plays, but anybody thinks he can suddenly become a serve and volley player, you know, that's not possible. He's just still not good enough for the volley. It's improved, but it's not good enough. There from Federer. To the all.
Very rare return miss on the second serve.
Yeah. Big serve, Roddick. Wide.
And again, there you see Roddick not quite getting enough on the volley, but because it was to Federer's weaker side, Federer tries to do a little bit too much with it. If he hits that exact same volley to Federer's forehand side, it's a done deal.
Game point for 2-love for Andy Roddick. In many ways, a big point in the match. Roger T missed the center line. Had to run a long way to track the next shot, and that's part of the reason there. He nearly fell, so it could only be a defensive lob. Deuce.
Got caught there, just a total slap shot.
You know, he's just so much more relaxed now. I think this is really important for his chances. Good serve. Well, the return long. Game point again. Another show of his personality would just keep the crowd with him too, and I think that's so important. And he's acknowledged he needs to feed off this U.S. Open crowd. Just enough with that to get the hold and a 2-love lead. Roddick in the second set.
Got away with a sneaky little neckboard there on the backhand volley. Federer couldn't get up to it quite in time. It's a pretty interesting match the way it's turned out. I definitely didn't expect that first set, and Roddick has just totally turned the tables here.
Well, now he's playing the way he played in the matches earlier in the tournament. I mean, it's the strategic way of just being much more aggressive, trying to come in when he can. Sometimes he's come in a couple of times when maybe he shouldn't have, but that thinking has got Connors written all over it. Roger comes in, no problem there. Fifth ace for Federer. Roddick hasn't had one. Yes, he's had one, just one, back in the first set. Piece of cake there, another good serve. Somewhat weak reply. Lots of court to hit to. I think you could hear Federer go, as he hit that half volley. He knew that he was dead meat there.
Even Federer sometimes can't come up with the miraculous. And Andy electing to go straight down the center of the court, and it's all fair game. I don't think he meant to tag Federer, just doing the safe play.
hold, as it turns out, for Roger Federer. 2-1. Andy Roddick on top. And he's snappish on that backhand.
We might get a challenge here from Roddick.
Roddick challenging that he missed his service. Yeah, I always find that kind of amusing. The guy's hit, you know, it's a bomb. He'd love for it to be in. Yep. See you're challenging a negative here.
Yeah, I've been in that situation before. Serving and balling coming in, you see the ball long, and you're just expecting it to be called out.
Yeah, but he wasn't ready to play it. That was going to be a clean winner back on the return, and not only that, it was perfectly good. I mean, what can he do except smile and be a little embarrassed? And that's a sample of the Federer return of the Roddick first serve.
Both the points we've seen so far, Federer's put the first serve back in safely and effectively.
Upper net cord. Federer was there. Break for Roddick.
He's got that net cord working for him early.
30-15. Connor's happy to take all the luck. Well, Roddick holds his ground. Well done there. Oh, Jimmy loves that. He's not going to win that battle often. That's huge for Andy Roddick.
Jimmy's showing a ton of emotion over there, and so he should. Andy Roddick, unbelievable get on that shot, and then showing some great hands. It's good stuff.
It sure is. 40-15. Certainly got Federer's attention. Went right back at Roddick. Roddick came up with a good serve for the hole. Those kinds of plays, too, get the crowd really involved. I think he's still thinking about that serve challenge. Challenge that he had missed the serve. 1-3 Federer. Good drive. Deep to the corner. 15.
I don't think Federer was ready for Andy to hit such a good shot off that backhand. His backhand hit right on the baseline, and Andy was able to flick it.
Wrong-footed him. Got that short high ball back. Federer just floats in there and puts it away.
Success not great at the net so far. I mean, he made 17 days.
Perfect shot. And that leads to that. 40-15 game point to get to 3-2. Got a couple break in the set. Hold by Federer. 2-3 in the second set. Federer up a set. He's up the break here, 3-2. He's at it now. And suddenly, a winner from it.
Like you said, Tim, he's still so gifted over there. He's going to come up with winners. But the percentages of him coming up with those shots time and time again on the backhand side are a little bit less than the forehand.
And missed. All. Roddick's in the old protect your serve business right now with that break in the opening game of the set. Really good point from Roddick.
It's a great play from Roddick. Like we mentioned, he doesn't get quite as much pace off his forehand side like Federer does, so he's got to follow it in and just make it easy on himself and finish the point off with the volley.
Number 15, a 3-2 in the second. Big serve. Trying to find his first serve. He's going to creeping up here in the second set, 64%, close to 50% overall for the match. Game point for 4-2. Miles per hour, that serve, and even though Federer was able to get the racket on, that was just too much pace to keep it in. So Roddick, 4-2 in the second set, down a set. Coming in.
He had that backhand lined up. That's his favorite pass. The backhand up the line. Down there.
Perfectly placed, 116 in the MPHs. We've said so much as we've been covering Roger Federer in the tournament that, you know, the power doesn't really matter to him because his placement is so precise.
Not just his placement on a couple of serves, it's his placement on every serve. That's what makes it so tough to return, because you can't lean one way or another, otherwise he's going to get an ace.
Misses his bread and butter forehand. Andy Roddick chasing down the volleys. It's one that doesn't come back.
Won a couple of those exchanges at net.
Yes, he has. Anything will boost his confidence as that. All in the second serve. And long, great point. Roddick so much momentum, he had to leap over a small barrier down there, disappear into that court entrance. He really had no chances to get that ball at all, but you got to like him going for it.
Here we get a look at the Roddick speed.
Thank you.
That could have been dangerous.
Could have put a hole in the stadium there.
That's just too good. Backhand down the line. Game point, Federer. You know, the key point before all of the excitement there at the end of that point was that little extra that Federer put on that forehand that suddenly turned it around. Federer having to, or Roddick having to try and make a circus shot back. Angle. That's a Federer point. 4-3. Roddick still up for break. Andy Roddick is up for break at 4-3 here in the second. And folks looking in around the world. The last of the Grand Slams for 2006. Maria Sharapova winning the women's title last night. Impressive victory over Justine Henin-Ardenne. Roddick definitely raising the level of his serve and finding more first serves in.
The last couple of service games Roddick had, he's definitely held with a lot more ease than he did, well, definitely in the first set.
Ooh. Close, but no challenge from Federer. Pretty love Roddick. An entertaining point. How about Roger spinning his racket while the ball was in the air on that lob from Roddick?
He's got to calm himself down.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
He's getting a little worked up out there.
Yeah, he's just too nervous. 30-15. Shot from Roddick. Okay, this is the forehand. 40-15. Gaining points for Roddick to get to 5-3 here in the second. And he does.
Roddick's been serving exceptionally well this set, getting 79% of his first serves in, having only lost 4 of those points. So a huge difference from the first set. And he wasn't earning many points anywhere from the first set.
He's won 10 of 12 points at the net in this set. 12 of 21 overall. He tried it in the first set, but he just seemed so tight. He was going for him. Ace number 8 for Federer. Loves that one out wide there. Loose court. Quickly to 40 love. Roddick would be content now to try and serve it out on his next service because he's got it going. They'll hold it love, and Andy Roddick will serve for the second set. Roddick even the match. Loma Park, Queens, the location of the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. And a sellout crowd to watch these two outstanding players. Both have won here before. Andy Roddick in 2003. Roger Federer the last 2 years, trying to make it 3. He would become the first man since he won London in 1987 to collect the third successive US Open title, but he's getting strong resistance now from the American Andy Roddick. Serving for the second set. Throws in his second ace.
Federer's really got to be kicking himself for that first service game in the set. He didn't get any first serves, and I think he got one first serve in. And Roddick was able to easily break. Federer hasn't really had a sniff since.
Mixing the backhand, which definitely has been his problem shot. Only had 4 winners on the backhand side. A total of 14 unforced errors in the match. Not a breakdown between backhand and forehand, but certainly I'd say out of those 14, probably 10 anyway. 9 or 10.
He's missed a few forehands, but I think mostly on the backhand.
Net forward. Roddick jumps all over that. Well played. Help from the net forward, but no mistake. 3 set points for Andy Roddick. Federer's been able to get most of the first serve back, and then he's got them in, apart from the 2 aces. The difference is the aggressive new tactics of Andy Roddick, because he's getting himself in a position to hit winners after the return of serve. And that's what's got him back in the match. And Roddick with a fist pump has himself all even. It's now 2 out of 3 for the US Open title. The second set lost by Federer in the tournament, the other to Blake. And that's how he got to win the 2003 US Open championship. And he realizes this guy's beaten him 10 out of 11. But that he's also human. And maybe he's beatable today. Roger Federer, I'm sure, has other thoughts. His confidence is always unwavering, but enough shaky moments in that second set to give a little life to Andy Roddick. They're a set apiece. It's now a best-of-3 match. And the backhand winner from Federer to open this third set.
By no means is Federer playing bad. He's playing unbelievable. He's got some great stats. But we're just seeing a few of those errors that we've noticed over the past couple of months creep into his game. Just a couple uncharacteristic misses.
Very assertive start here. A backhand winner, a forehand winner. So far,
she's machine-like.
And again, he seems to find these times in a match to assert himself, the best way I can put it. Don't get too excited about having won a set from him. I'll just go out and win 4 points in a row to remind him that I'm number one.
Here we look at the second set stats, and I think the biggest thing we see there is the 72% first serve percentage from Roddick. It's similar to what he did in the first set. Not too dissimilar, but 2 unforced errors and 11 of 13 net points won.
Well, that's remarkable, I think, for Andy Roddick. And can he keep that up would be a question. The service certainly is still humming along. Again, that's his third ace. Doubles.
Andy still doesn't have that many aces, but in that second set, I feel like he had so many unreturnable serves.
Oh no, he's raised that part of his game, no question. And that's his first fault. See, the ball comes back when it's hittable from Federer on the first serve.
Andy did nothing wrong there. There's nothing he could do about that. That's just too good from Federer.
So 30 all. This is one of those big early points. Early in the set. Good win for Andy. Another good serve. And a game point. Huge ace, his fourth.
Incredible time to get an ace. Struggling a little bit in the service game.
133 miles per hour. Beautiful pass, sharply angled forehand. Federer in position at the net. That's just too good. 1 all in the third.
So discouraging when you think you're picking on the weaker side of Federer and he's able just to move the point around and come up with the winner like that. So effortless.
Ace down the tee. Number 9. Not much pace on that because he had a half volley it. This time by Roddick.
It's just what Federer forces you into. Yeah. Roddick's trying to put that on the line. And, that's what happens when you're playing somebody as good as Federer.
Second serve at 40 love. The first serve, pardon me, was a let service. Roddick long. Up game for Federer. 2-1 on serve. Roger Federer in the third set. Set apiece.
Federer made no mistake in those first 2 service games, not dropping a point. Sending a message to Roddick early, maybe.
I think so. Of course, worst case scenario for either is that they, that they don't get a break. They've got to play it out in the tie break. But Federer probably hoping that this hot streak of Roddick serving goes away. There's a good stab volley by Roddick. Coming in behind his first serve.
That was an incredible get by Roddick. Federer ripped that backhand pass just off the top of the racket. And Roddick acting like nothing happened.
Routine. Really love to Roddick. No sign of his serve going off the boil. Federer won't count on that. Stuff of greatness there.
And we see how important it is for Roddick to get that first serve in. When he doesn't, he's only won 35% of the points, 7 out of 20. So, first serve in this match, like we said earlier, is going to be a big key.
In the first serve. Pass from Federer. That was an unusual kind of a play. I can see him throwing that serve in to mix it up, but a little surprising one in.
He made Federer come up with a great pass, but Federer, that's what he can do. I tend to agree with you. That's a little overzealous from Roddick. Same thing there. I thought that Roddick was lucky to get away with that one. Federer had that measured and lined up.
Yeah, that was just a miss on Roger's part. But, he got the point turned around in his favor right with his service return off the first serve. I mean, there aren't too many people who can do that against Andy Roddick. Federer seems to do it with ease. Except for one like that. 5 aces now for Roddick. 2-all on serve in the third. Too powerful on the groundy there. It's happened a couple of times where he's been able to get such pace on it that even the good volleyer Federer can't handle. Right here, watch.
It's a great 1-2 punch. He hit that first ball at Federer's feet, gave Federer no pace, no angle to work with, and then ripped the second one right by him.
Second serve at love 15. There from Federer. There's a chance here for Roddick at 30. Roddick broke Federer once in the first set, but he was broken 3 times. Broken in the opening game of the second set and made that stand up for his 6-4 win in the second set. Break points for Andy Roddick.
What we're used to seeing Federer do, just turn it up a notch and get these break points, but Roddick showing he can do it too.
One wiped out with a perfect serve. Ace number 10. Long. Still one more break point. Federer, the magician, pulls himself back to deuce. Threatened by Roddick at 40 love 40.
Wow, what a return.
Superbly timed. He had everything guessed right on that one. Fourth break point.
Connors can't even believe it. Finally getting a chance to get back in that point. He's getting run around and just saw the opening and went for it.
Second deuce. Chance there. Pop-up return. Game point Federer for 3-2 in the third set. Ace from triple breaker. Federer pulls it out. We're still on serve. No breaks here in the third. 3-2 Federer.
still a huge percentage of those first serves in. 71% he's after the set, winning 8 out of 10 of those points. And hopefully for all the American Andy Roddick fans in the stands, he can keep that up.
Well, it certainly has just turned the match around. Point in the first set, it looked like it might be a 3-set blowout. He was so tight, so nervous, and Federer was all over him. 2 breaks to serve. No breaks here on the third. A 15-second serve. Now these little situations become all the more critical. With that backhand slice, came in, here.
That was great control by Federer. He really put this backhand slice on his 90s. He took a little bit of pace off, a little more angle, and Andy couldn't come up with the angle back cross court.
An opportunity here at love 30 for Federer. No breaks of serve in this third set. Roddick had 4 break points in the last service of Federer. He's not happy with that miss. 15-30.
They're looking on. Tiger Woods having a conversation.
Big serve from Roddick. That's the 30 all.
Tiger Woods looked pretty relaxed there, like he had things under control.
Well, he didn't have to hold anybody off with a 30-18. With help from the net court, I think that one was owed back.
He just had a couple of net courts that's helped him out.
Big point, Federer. Big serve. 131 deep to the corner. Oh, wow. Nothing wrong with Roddick's shot. It was tough. It was a low ball. And he got on top of it. Hit a really good top spin. Look at this. But just too good back.
Just great feet from Roger to get over there fast. Great hands to flick that cross court.
Second break point. Nicely disguised down the tee. Big serve, Roddick. 134 miles per hour. Another sharp angle from Federer. Third break point. Hard work for Roddick on this service game.
Roddick's hit all first serves in down these break points. It's going to be huge to get another one in.
Forced the lob, and Federer couldn't get it deep enough. Another break point wiped out.
Roger was so far out of the court by the time he had to hit that shot. What really set that point up was Roddick's first forehand. Really got it close to the line, able to get up there and put that one away.
Aggressive play again by Roddick.
Federer just kind of floated that chip back. Normally we were used to seeing him get a little bit more on it, or at least putting it deeper, but that had nothing on it, the service line. He's way ahead of the point.
Game point, Roddick.
Unbelievable exchange between them two.
That speaks for itself. Too good, the quickness of Federer here. Paying off with the final shot to deuce. Oh, wow, beautiful backhand. Fourth break point.
How many bullets can Andy Roddick dodge this game?
Man. He had Federer in the same situation with his last service game. Held off 4 break points. Can Roddick do it here? Second serve to look at for Federer. Right over to the doubles alley line. That's the backhand long. It's again. But he wanted to be around on his forehand. He couldn't get there. Good serve, Roddick.
Thank you.
Another big serve. Well, it's a U.S. Open crowd. They're engaged.
There was an out call. The crowd was wishing there wasn't, but Andy just missed his backhand crossbow wide.
We can't see that base linesman from our the side linesman from our view here, but there's the shot tracker, and it was wide. I'm just unable to see those signals. You see the baseline, and you don't see the near sideline. Number 6 in this game. A lot of work for Roddick. Great point. 5 in the game.
It's amazing how these games, very, very often in a match, determine the outcome. it's such a momentum builder to win a long, hard-fought game like this. It's devastating for the guy who loses it.
It was 131, but he was trying to hit it about 191. He made a good charge. Saves another one.
And he's really being sure on the big points to make Federer beat him with that backhand side. And luckily for Andy, on the big points, Roger hasn't been able to do it.
Thank you.
Out. Game point again, Roddick.
I saw the expression on Andy's face. It barely missed.
Connors might be regretting that he's come back to get this involved, because he's getting himself all worked up again. He's had a peaceful life for the last number of years. And Roddick holds. 5 break points staved off. We're still on serve at 3-all here in the third set. Federer held off 4 break points in his previous service game. All kinds of movement here. It was a long game, but they're moving around. A lot of changeover, of course. Game love. Roger eager to avoid some kind of a service game. Roddick hits the line. 15-all.
What a different match we're seeing now, just from a pure body language perspective, between now and the first set. And he was very meek and quiet in the first set. Now he's supporting the fist pumps, being vocal.
Yeah, he's got the whole Roddick look. In fact, even the new Roddick look, because there's a little more Connors in him. Roddick seemed to think it was wide. He doesn't challenge. He's going to go over and talk it over with his coaching box. All is good. He does ask for the official review, and we'll see it twice. Big challenge. He's got 1 left in this set. Serve from Federer, setting that up. Game point for 4-3.
They don't come much cooler than Federer. That's a huge point right there. 3-all, 30-all. Nice first serve and easy forehand.
like an easy game. They both struggled through the last serves. That's out. Federer does get what he wants. No deuces, no break point to deal with. 4-3, Federer. Yeah, that would be a discouraging thing for most people, but I think we can officially say this is a new Andy Roddick in so many ways, not in shot-making techniques or anything like that, but certainly strategically and with the confidence back that he had lost early in the season, certainly all the way through Wimbledon, having had not much success in important matches. Federer won't have been surprised by this quote-unquote new Roddick because he's watched it come through the tournament. So this match could turn out to be titanic. First time tonight we've seen that. 15-all is the perfect place for it. He recognized it.
That's what Roddick's saying. That's the first time I've seen that. I have trouble pulling my feet out of the cement back here. Roddick being relentless in attacking that backhand whenever possible. It's really paid off for him in these last couple of sets. Even in the end of that first set, started to work for him.
30-15 at 3-4 in the third. Set apiece. Roddick to serve, set that up. Giving Andy a lot of choices. Waiting for the ball at the service line. So Federer had an easy service game. Roddick trying to duplicate that. Federer on the run. Easy hold for Roddick before all.
How much more aggressive is Roddick playing now than when we first started the match?
It's just totally. He was just tight and nervous, and it's just he's grown in confidence, point by point. Sellout crowd at Arthur Ashe Stadium here at the National Tennis Center. Perfect for the corner forehand from Federer. 15-love. That's just too good from Federer, moving Roddick corner to quarter.
And you wouldn't think that somebody would be able to do that much damage half-balling the ball. Both of those shots that Federer hit was a forehand half-volley and a backhand half-volley.
Oh, another perfect shot to 40-love. Roddick hitting the pavement. He could have rolled his ankle there. He was very lucky. Backhand by Federer at 40-love.
This is the most amazing stat to me. In this set so far, Federer has 19 total winners and 2 unforced errors. If you see that stat normally 9 out of 10 times, that guy is going to be killing his opponent. You see Federer hit an ace there for 5-4, and Andy's been serving so well in this match so far that he's hanging in there tough.
Right. 5-4. And a startling Federer in that game, and then holding on the rest of the way to win at 6-4. And we are on serve with no breaks. 2 great chances by each player. 4 break points held by Roddick that Federer dumped off, and 5 break points held by Federer against Roddick before Roddick held. So it's 5-4 on serve. Roddick serving here at 4-5. Wide. We love Roddick.
We got a challenge for Federer.
Yeah.
Official review.
It was close for sure, and the linesman may have been unsighted, but it is good. What a hot guy we saw from Federer.
So Roddick wasn't happy with that.
Well, he was blocking the view of the side linesman, and thought that might be a good ball. A mistake by Federer there. Taylor, I mean, you hit a million of those in your life. Sometimes they look easier than they are to keep in, don't they, with that top spin, and then, to be able to come up on this ball here. Actually, that's cut. But you can easily make a mistake there.
Absolutely, especially if Roddick is faking you out and moving around a little bit. He can force you into an error, but Federer is too cool. He's so solid over there that not much is going to bother him on that shot.
30-15. Roddick. Every point in this set now becoming crucial. 30-15. Forehand miss from Federer. Game point for 5-all. Scent of tiebreak is in the air for this third set.
Really great stuff from Roddick. He's playing the points perfect against Federer. When he goes for the forehand, he's hitting the ball big enough so Federer doesn't have time to get hold of the point again, and then taking the first volley to the backhand. It's much better tactical tennis we're seeing from Roddick than we did in the beginning of the match.
No question. He is a 5-all. Third set, match dead even. Somebody yelling out. Federer waits. Forward. Go back behind. Roddick was there. Long from Roddick.
15-love.
Federer pinning him in the backhand corner. 15-love. Wanted to go wide. Oh, just that extra crank. Another 5 to 10 miles an hour faster.
It makes such a big difference because you pinned Roddick over in the backhand corner, and he hits that one a little bit bigger up the line, and Roddick has no play. Can't even move with the ball.
Ready, love. Loose on the return, that time with the second serve, and Federer up 40-love quickly to go up 6-5 in the third. Scent of tiebreak a little more obvious in the air. Cut. That's long. Easy hold. The artistry of Federer at work for 6-5. Roddick will serve at 5-6 to force the tiebreak.
That's amazing, isn't it? 40 more points off the Roddick serve.
That is.
Federer.
Whoa. Weak forehand. Possible there for Roddick.
There's Martina Navratilova.
She was inducted into the Court of Champions here at the U.S. Open for tonight's match. And a perfect backhand pass from Federer. So, suddenly, love 30 danger for Roddick here. Federer 2 points away from the third set. Wide. And Roddick be tightening up.
2 unforced errors from Roddick and a great backhand pass. Brought up 3 set points. No time for a loose game from Roddick.
For a tight game.
Yeah.
That helps. Ace number 7. Save 1 set point. Big serve, but it's in. Oh, what a shot by Federer. He has the third set. Roger Federer with more of the magic. 2 sets to 1. Stay out of the tiebreak, close it out at 7-5. It's only he seems to be able to do at will. And he's up 2 sets to 1. Both players elected to take the bathroom break after the end of that set. Best of 5 sets. Roger Federer trying to join John McEnroe, Ivan Lendl in winning 3 consecutive U.S. Opens. Lendl the last to do it.
He's really putting his name amongst some incredible players.
Oh boy, in every circumstance, right? At all of the major
heavyweight possible.
Yeah. Career results, every way possible. Well said, Taylor Dent. 15 love. Now let's see what Andy Roddick's got here. Now that he's down a set, stumbled through the first set, rallied beautifully in the second, and well into the third, right to the bitter end, but broken in the deciding game.
Too good from Federer. Andy's doing everything he can. And sometimes watching on TV, we take that for granted. But Andy just lost a heartbreaker of a set. He played so well up until that last service game, and he's back out there again on the job, fighting and competing hard. It's tough to come back from.
That's for both players. Roddick come back to the fight. And he draws a backhand miss from Federer. 15. Saw a couple of Swiss flags high up in the seats here, cheering their man from Switzerland, Oberville. German-speaking player of Switzerland. .15, opening game, 4th set. Punctuates that opening game victory. There's We'll continue here with change of ends.
And we look at the third set. Roddick serves great and 66% for a 7-5 set. That's a great percentage. And look at those stats from Federer. 23 winners and 2 unforced errors. Just making Roddick earn every game that set.
And he had some unforced errors in the first 2 sets that we were commenting on, struggling a bit on his backhand side, but he's cleaned up his act, at least in the official scoring department. Sometimes you can debate forced and unforced errors. Wrong, wins a point anyway. He's played it. Roddick missed the next one. Under the lights here in New York City. Men's singles championship. Big serve for Andy Roddick. 15 all. Roddick was the one who buckled. He was looking to come in and finish it. Federer appeared to be happy to stand there and keep hitting.
Federer is able to chase Roddick's best stuff down and make him play tough ball after tough ball. And that just wears your opponent down. It's wearing Roddick down.
And he wanted to finish the point. You almost see Federer kind of breathing a little easier too. His body language a little more relaxed. But he's up a set, two sets to 1. This gets even more free flowing. It's pretty scary. Almost dancing along the baseline. Another example of that. You know, Taylor, I've said in trying to describe to tennis fans about what you see in Roger Federer that is unique, and what always catches my eye is the footwork and the way he moves from corner to corner along the baseline. He's always got his chest and his eyes to the rest of the court, like the defensive back is taught to keep his eyes on the receiver as long as he can, unless he has to turn and chase him, a pass receiver. But to be able to move laterally, and they do those drills constantly in football, he's almost like a ballet dancer in the way that he can go side to side and arrive at the ball. Couldn't quite arrive at that one, but we've just seen it so often.
There's different types of movers out there, and Federer is a very elegant and graceful mover. You see Andy moving around the court, and you know he's working hard, whereas Federer just seems to glide to every ball.
And James Blake with tremendous speed, but it's as though he kind of has to go sprinting and then stop and come back the other way, which he does very well. But I think that footwork of Federer's is a huge advantage over the other players. There's nobody that can move like him.
That was asking for trouble there from Roddick, just coming in right down the middle of the court to Federer's backhand, or forehand, I should say.
And a break early in this 4th set for Federer, assuming command of the match. Roddick trying to put some pressure on. 2 tough volleys in a row against the marksmanship of Federer. Too much on that one. Open court for Federer. 15 love at 2 love.
If I'm Andy Roddick, it's easy to say, right? You just got to hang around and hang around. If you get a break, awesome. But if not, you just got to keep fighting and hanging in that match, because Federer has shown some nerves when serving for the set, serving for the match. We've seen that a couple of times in this tournament so far.
Just took his best stuff and fired it back, impossible for Roddick to catch up to.
Nobody else can do that as consistently as Federer can. You know, you see a guy do it every so often, but
well, Andy just pasted the return. It was a great return off a more than good serve. He throws in the ace. It's like adding insult to injury. You know, he does that.
There's so many ways to hurt you.
Pair of aces. Suddenly 3 love in the 4th set. Tim Ryan with Taylor Dent, American Tour player, coming back from a back injury that bothered him for a while. We look forward to seeing him back out on the courts, and we welcome him to our booth again tonight, adding his insight. He knows these guys well. Roger Federer won here in 04, beating Hewitt in the final, and then Andre Agassi last year, trying to make it 3 in a row. In command at 3 love in the 4th set, up 2 sets to 1. Perfect pass from Federer. He just seemed to pick up everything, and he's slowing down a little bit. No surprise.
Federer has definitely picked it up a notch. Andy's not playing that much worse than he was. Federer is all of a sudden making him play a ton more balls, hitting more winners again.
Backhand, 15-all. Andy Roddick winning here in 2003. It's his first time back to the final. He defeated Juan Carlos Ferrero of Spain to win the U.S. Open Championship. First call there on the sideline. Ferrero thought he tagged it, so returned it, but missed by Roddick to 15-30. Love 3 down a break. Two break points for Federer to go up 4 love here in the 4th set.
I think these are essentially match points. Yeah. See Roddick on that forehand again, just trying to get it too good, and that's what Federer makes you do. Makes you try and hit the lines.
Well, we may be seeing the inevitable here, but then you start to think, what does Andy Roddick take away from this match? He gets the error there, and a good serve. What he gets, I think, is that he has a new game. He has a new strategy and a new spirit in the way he plays the game, and much of that credit goes to Jimmy Connors. And I think now he's back at the top of the pack again. It'll be hard to knock him out of there now. Maybe not number 1. That guy's wearing blue. Swoops in for that. all of his senses alive. Federer is up 4-love.
The biggest difference from this set to the last is all of a sudden Federer is making all the returns. And not only just floating them back in court, he's making them heavy and through the court, and he's beating Roddick to the punch. He's getting control of the points before Roddick is, and that's the biggest difference I'm seeing from this fourth set to the third set.
Thank you.
What I'm seeing is the man I have called before, ruthless Roger, at work now. I mean, he can just turn the screws tighter. Whatever expression you want to use, put the hammer down, but what he does effectively is reach in and pulls your heart out. He did it to James Blake. Blake won a set. And he was punished as a result. That's what's happening to Roddick here. It's in the backhand. Plans to try to encourage Andy right to the end, and you know he'll try right to the end, but to come back from 2 breaks down against Roger Federer is a very tall order. Wide. 15 all.
It's not fair when you have as many weapons as Roger does. I feel like maybe you got a shot at 15 all and he just puts in an ace. Or 2.
Game point for 5-love. And Roger Federer is just a game away from his 3rd consecutive U.S. Open championship. Andy Roddick will serve to try to stay in the match. Leave their tennis behind at this U.S. Open. Andre Agassi retiring, Martina Navratilova retiring. And we're watching a living playing legend in Roger Federer trying to win his 3rd consecutive U.S. Open. He's won 19 matches in a row here at these courts over the last 3 U.S. Opens, counting this one. John Lendl went 27 in a row before he was stopped. John McEnroe 26 in a row. They won 3 consecutive U.S. Opens. 15-love Roddick.
Stage of the match for Andy Roddick, it's all about 2 things: just playing 1 point at a time and hoping that Federer is tight as a drum.
Or comes up injured, or what? Yeah, well, I'm sure, obviously Andy's going to do his best here. He doesn't want to be bagel for a start. That looked like more of an older, see, that little movie just made her. I call that kind of ping pong shot that he makes on the volleys. But I must say, to his great credit, he's improved it so dramatically that that's kind of an old Roddick move with that ball. So Jimmy Connors encourage him. He's played well. He's played as well as he can. And I think this new Roddick is going to be a good version of the Roddick machine. 2006 Roddick.
Let's go.
Pretty all. Play the damn game is what he said. He's trying to get himself pumped up here to not throw 6-love in the deciding set.
That's what he was saying. I think he's thinking about the bagel and how he had a chance in that third set. And it's like, just play. You know, stop worrying about it. It's done.
That's ruthless Roger. Championship point for the man from Switzerland. Held off. Big serve from Roddick. Oh, there's an excellent shot from Andy Roddick.
It's awesome competing from Roddick. I think in the back of his mind, he knows this match is all but done, but he's still fighting for every point.
Well, it's been a great effort. And throughout, you know, it started so tight, and he got relaxed and confident in his battled Roger. Crowd recognizing the effort on the part of the 24-year-old born in Omaha, lives in Austin, Texas. Making a great fight at his country's national championship. And it's 5-1. Roger Federer serving for the match. He had a match point, and Roddick held him off. I believe Amy's going to just keep coming in and hope for good things here. About 15, good start.
He's just hoping for second serve here. He doesn't want to see Roger get any cheap points.
17 aces for Federer. Roddick has 7 in the match. Not near his normal quota. 4 sets. Well, he has served very well. 66%. That's first serves.
Okay, 15.
15, 2 points away. His third consecutive U.S. Open championship. He already holds 8 Grand Slam wins. Thick forehand, just too much.
Okay, 15.
2 more championship points. This year he won the Australian Open, went to the finals of the French, won at Wimbledon for the 4th year in a row, and now he is trying to add his 3rd U.S. Open championship. That'll do it. Roger Federer, with the best man in another sport, sitting in his box to cheer him on. Congratulated by Andy Roddick. Tiger Woods sitting in the box and watching this performance for his Tiger. 3 in a row. Just be and feel privileged to have watched this man play his sport. Now let's go down for the presentation ceremony to Dick Enberg at CBS Sports.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the board and the president of the USTA, Franklin Johnson.
Thank you very much, Dick.
What a wonderful match to end this year's tournament. I want to acknowledge Andy Roddick. His resurgence in tennis has really been remarkable and wonderful, winning the U.S. Open Series and having such a great U.S. Open. And we know, Andy, that you're not through with that resurgence, and we have some wonderful things to look forward to in the months and years to come. And of course, for Roger Federer, perhaps one of the best players, if not the best player ever to play, this is quite an achievement to win his third U.S. Open in a row and his 9th Grand Slam title. We were able to honor during this tournament such legends as Billie Jean King and Andre Agassi and Martina Navratilova. And Roger, we all look forward to your being up there on the panoply of the great legends and stars of the game. So congratulations again, you guys, on a wonderful match.
Thank you, Franklin. The runner-up, 2006 U.S. Open, Andy Roddick. Great job, Randy. You finally, after some disappointing times, after Wimbledon, you pulled your game together, 20-2 in the hardcourt season, and we're all excited to see you back on the top of the mountain.
Thank you. Close to the top, anyways. I just want to thank all of you. It's been a rough year. These past 2 weeks of memories make it all worthwhile, and I appreciate your support very much.
Andy, in addition to your prize money of $600,000, you were the top performer in the U.S. Open Series that preceded the Libra 2000. Because of that, you received some added bonus, a little check for $500,000. Congratulations. Arlen Cantarian will present the runner-up trophy to Andy Roddick. Ladies and gentlemen, you have watched tennis history tonight. No player in the history of this great game has ever won 3 consecutive Wimbledon titles and 3 consecutive U.S. Open titles. Roger Federer. Congratulations, Roger. One of the questions everyone would want me to ask is, you finally met a man that you have great admiration for, Tiger Woods, and he was there applauding you today. What did you talk about before the match tonight?
Well, we've been trying to meet on several occasions, and it somehow never worked out with our schedule, obviously. But he promised me to come with him in the finals, so I had some pressure, and I'm happy I made the finals, and I'm happy it came. So it's great to see you. Thanks, Tiger.
You've said that you measure the quality of your play yourself. It's against yourself, not necessarily against your opponent. What grade did you give yourself tonight?
Well, I think you've got to look at the tournament as a whole, and it's been absolutely fantastic. I played great shots and great all the way every match, and that was no different tonight, and I'm happy it all worked out for me, because tonight was really difficult against Andy. I'm really happy to see him back, at the very, very top, and it's always a great joy to play against him.
In addition to the championship trophy, which will be presented shortly, we will also see you got a prize money check for $1.2 million. I'm sure you'll be pleased to receive that. And the keys to a Lexus GSH hybrid performance luxury sedan. And here is Don Esmond, Senior Vice President of Lexus and Toyota, to present you with the keys to that beautiful automobile.
Congratulations, appreciate it. Outstanding. And for the second year in a row, here's the keys to the new Lexus. Thank you. Thank you.
And now to present the championship trophy, Franklin Johnson. The 2006 United States Open champion, 3-time champion, Roger Federer.